Question 10. A charity collection was made. Information about the amounts given by men is shown in the table. The mean amount given by women was £6.30 per person. Compare the mean amounts given by men and women. To get all of our marks in this, we will need to make sure that we do compare the two mean amounts. But to do that, we need to work out what the men's mean value was. We know how many people are in each group, so therefore what we're going to use is an estimate for the mean of the men by using the mid value of each group. For the first group, halfway between 0 and 5 would be 2.5. Halfway between 5 and 10, 7.5. And halfway between 10 and 15 is 12.5. This will give us a value that we can use as an estimate for this group. For the final column, we need to multiply these two values together, because if this represents £2.50, there are 11 people that gave that amount. So 11 times £2.50 will tell us how much money there is altogether. So we do 11 multiplied by 2.5, 7 multiplied by 7.5, and 2 multiplied by 12.5. This will tell us how much money in total was made by the 20 people. Again, I would suggest using your calculator for this to make sure that we don't make any mistakes. 11 multiplied by 2.5 gives us 27.5. So there's £27.50 in the first group. 7 multiplied by 7.5 is 52.5, so £52.50. And 2 multiplied by 12.5 should give us 25. Add those three numbers together will tell you how much money the men made altogether. In this case, £105. Now we know how much money the men made, and we know that there were 20 men in total. So to work out the mean for the men, you take the total they earned, which is £105, and divide it between the number of people. 105 divided by 20 would give the men a mean contribution of £5.25. Now, because we don't know how many women contributed, we don't know what their total was. So the only thing we can compare is the actual mean values anyway. What we can see here is that the men gave less in their mean than the women. And what this means is that the men, on average, that if every man had given the same, gave less than women. And to talk about that in those kind of regards in the space below to give you a final mark, making sure to comment on what it means. So men gave less money per person compared to the women. So the men gave £5.25, the women gave £6.30. So according to this, if everyone had given the same amount, so if everyone gave the same amount, women gave how much more? £1 and 5p more per person. It doesn't hurt to add a little bit more of a comparison in questions like this, just to make sure that you've covered everything that the examiner would be looking for. With the calculations above for your correct midpoint values, your correct total and your correct mean with a solution, that should be enough for 4 marks.